The temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is still holding, and 3 more hostages were released yesterday, including American-Israeli dual national Keith Siegel. His niece, Hanna Siegel, is here with us this morning. Good morning. You've been waiting for this for over 400 days. How is your uncle doing?
First, thank you for having me. I've been dreaming about being here today. He's doing okay. He's lost some weight. He's pale, but he's strong, and he's doing okay somehow. We're incredibly grateful.
I mean, we've seen the video and the images of him being reunited with family members. Will your father, his brother, see him soon?
Yes, he's on his way. We've been staggering the family visits so as not to overwhelm him. But yes, we are all going to see him. And actually, his youngest daughter, Sheer, got engaged a month before October 7th. And so the wedding planning began and then abruptly came to a stop as both of her parents, Keith and my Aunt Aviva, who was released in the November 2023 deal, were taken hostage. So what we've talked about is that, you know, someday we're all going to get together and throw an absolutely epic wedding. And that's what we're looking forward to now.
So you've been an advocate for the family here in Washington, both with the Biden and the Trump administrations. In your view, do you think this deal, this hostage release, would have happened without American pressure?
No, definitely not. And I do want to say, so the Biden team, Jake Sullivan, Brett McGurk, President Biden, Secretary Blinken, Bill Burns, they were so tireless in their commitment to get this deal done. But the really amazing thing is that the minute that President Trump was elected, his team started working hand in glove with the Biden administration. We felt no break in the commitment to get Keith home. Steve Witkoff and Adam Boehler, along with President Trump, started working hand in hand with the Biden team. And I don't know what other issue you can say that about with these administrations. The Trump team really did push it over the finish line. And we're incredibly grateful to all of them for the work that they did. I also just want to say the Qatari negotiators, mediators who were part of the November 2023 deal were also instrumental. And then what I've learned in this completely bizarre experience is that there is a whole industry of people, NGOs, who work on hostage negotiations on behalf of families. We worked with Global Reach, Mickey Bergman, Stacia George, and Eric Lebson. They're a nonprofit. We would not have gotten Keith home without them. So it was just a tremendous group effort across the board, across political lines, and that's heartening.
You told us back in April on this program that you were worried, quote, "It's not arguably in Prime Minister Netanyahu's political interest to close a deal." And you were worried he was going to sink it. He's announced phase 2 of the hostage framework begins getting negotiated tomorrow, Monday. Do you think he's incentivized now to actually see this deal through?
I think that the Trump team has done a really tremendous job of putting serious pressure on him, and that is making a difference. I think that we're ecstatic that Keith is home, but it took almost 500 days. And that is in part because of Netanyahu. This deal was available for months. The Biden team was working on it, and he wouldn't come to the table often. I mean, this is such a complicated issue, but I am worried. I think this is a really fragile deal, as we all understand. And so, I have a lot of faith in the Trump team and in all of the people working on this to put serious pressure on him to see it through. I think what we've seen is that diplomacy and political agreement is the only way to get all of the hostages home. And, we're one of the lucky ones, but there remain 5 American citizens and dozens of other hostages who still need to come home.
And the remains of some of those Americans wouldn't come through until phase 3. And phase 2, we know Idan Alexander, a uniformed IDF soldier who is a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
The deal would have to continue to work to actually bring him home. Sagi Chen, we're waiting on him to be released as well.
Exactly.
So I emphasize that because when we talk about deals and diplomacy, these are lives at risk. And if the deal doesn't continue to stay in place, they may be.
And these are Americans.
Yeah.
These are Americans who need to come home.
Hanna, thank you.
Thank you so much,
And
Margaret.
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's great news.
Thank you for having me.